Welcome to Nanoka Okure, the show where we take last week's 3 hottest Japanese news stories and serve them up to you stone cold. China is building a massive military base close to the disputed Senkaku Islands. Traditionally, no one cared much for these islands, least of all China. In 1900, a Japanese entrepreneur started a bonito processing factory there, which failed in 1940. The US controlled the islands from 1945 to 1972. When it handed back control of the islands to Japan in 1972, China suddenly claimed ownership. Coincidentally, this was around the time it was discovered that there might be precious minerals and oils in the islands. Today, both Japan and China claim the islands, though nobody's really done anything until now. China's military base will cost well over $500 million. That's an awful lot to gamble on the possibility of maybe getting some oil and gems. Let's hope the Senkaku Islands are at least worth $500,001. In eastern Mongolia last week, a team of Japanese and Mongolian researchers confirmed the existence of a secret military railroad built by the Soviet Union in 1942, 3 years before the war with Japan began. Despite a neutrality treaty between the countries at the time, a secret order from Stalin himself commanded military workers to begin building railroads between 3 major Soviet bases, preparing them for eventual war with Japanese-controlled Manchuria in 1945. Say what you will about the Soviets, but they sure weren't Stalin when it came to military preparedness. Finally, the Japan Times reported on an adorable tortoise who was walking through the streets of Tokyo. His name is Bon-chan, and his owner, 62-year-old Hisao Mitani, couldn't be prouder. Mitani, the owner of a funeral home, keeps Bon-chan at the entrance of his shop. When it gets cold, he puts Bon-chan in a frilly pink dress. I think we all know who slow and steady won this race, straight to our hearts. That's all the time we have for this week. Tune in next week when we bring you more stale news.